At home, in between my door and bookshelf, is a vision board. Created when I was 14, partially out of curiosity and partially because my mother said it was a good idea. And while the concept of putting a goal on your wall and then not really thinking about it seemed unrealistic, I tried it anyway. Incidentally, on that vision board was the TED logo, symbolizing my goal of wanting to speak right here. While I would love to talk about setting goals or communications or having your mother constantly prove herself right, I'm here to address a more pressing issue: agriculture. Through my many years in the 4-H program showing and exhibiting livestock, I gained a deep passion for agriculture and for youth leadership. Throughout my 4-H career, I was inspired by many youth advocates for agriculture. And what I found the most inspiring, the most motivating, and the most humbling was that the majority of those who spoke with such a passion for agriculture, who shared their ideas on how to expand the industry, had yet to celebrate their 25th birthday. However, the generation most adept at using an iPhone is under constant scrutiny. There is the perception that millennials don't work as hard as our parents, our grandparents, and the generations previous. We have to look past this because we were instilled with the same values of hard work, dedication, and perseverance as the generations before us, even if we portray it a little bit differently. These negative connotations can lead us to question whether or not we, as millennials, are ready to be the leaders in our country, the pillars in our community, and the generation responsible for providing enough food for the largest population our world has ever seen. But I believe that yes, we are ready. New generations have a greater understanding of technology and, contrary to popular belief, work ethic. But more importantly than that, millennials are educated. Universities are offering more and more courses and degrees with a focus on agriculture, in engineering, marketing, business administration, agribusiness, research, and science. My generation understands that there is more to agriculture than just a farmer and a consumer, that there are transporters and marketers and veterinarians and many other key positions that allow our food to go from the field to the table. In the past, farming was a relatively self-contained operation, but it certainly won't be in the future. We will see the network of Canadian agriculture grow to fit the modern world. Now, more than ever, there are opportunities to get involved in your food sustainability because you don't have to be a farmer to have an impact on Canadian agriculture. According to the Government of Canada's 2015 Canadian Agricultural Outlook, the average net worth per farm was expected to set new records of $2.1 million in 2015, and the average net operating income was forecasted to be roughly $78,000, which is an all-time high. This is a big responsibility to hand down to the next generation. So we, as the next generation, have to ask ourselves, where do we begin? The truth is, it doesn't begin with us. No matter what the next generation of millennials can bring to the table, it will be pointless if the current generation does not have a strong succession plan in place, so the transition into stewardship will be uninterrupted. It is here where we find great opportunity, but also face an enormous amount of pressure. I am only 17 years old, a millennial, and yet the weight of the world, the responsibility of providing food security and finding solutions to our social, economic, and environmental issues is tied up with ribbon and red tape waiting to be delivered the day I turn 19. This is why it is so crucial that we as millennials engage our peers so that when that responsibility is handed down to us, it does not land squarely on only the leaders of our generation, but is divided amongst all of us. This is an incredibly powerful concept because agriculture is not a solitary business venture, but instead the efforts of like-minded individuals working together to steward the land sustainably and efficiently. This leads us to make investments that focus on the future while we learn from the past. We shouldn't expect the different generations to have the same impact because we are facing different problems. My generation will be attempting to feed an expanding global population while meeting strict new emission requirements. We will have to produce more food on fewer acres while minimizing our environmental footprint. Of the roughly $8 billion spent annually by federal and provincial governments on agriculture, just 1.9% goes into research programs, and only 1.7% is spent on trade development. In order to expand and grow our industry, we need to fund these research programs and focus on economies of scale. Dean of the Colorado State University's College of Agricultural Sciences, A.J. Menon, stated that not only has the technology used in agricultural production evolved significantly in the last 20, 10, or even 5 years, but that the next generation of agricultural producers have come to rely on innovation and entrepreneurship to advance our food and fiber production systems. If we are going to tackle these pressing issues in food safety, food sustainability, and food security, then we must both train and learn from the next generation of producers who will position agriculture to feed a global population topping 9 billion people. This is an incredible challenge that my generation and future generations will have to face. But we will be prepared with advancements in technology, innovation, and the knowledge not only from our schools, but from the farmers before us. So yes, we are ready to be the leaders of our country. We are ready to be the pillars in our community, and with our shared vision for what agriculture in Canada can be, we are ready for the future. Thank you.